From $18 an hour teaching student pilots to land in a Cessna at $22 to $500,000 a year commanding a widebody jet across the Atlantic at $52. Real FAR requirements. Real airline contracts. Real BLS numbers. The $100,000 debt before your first airline paycheck. The 1,500 hours nobody warns you about. The 12% who wash out before they ever reach a regional airline. And the one medical exam that ends careers overnight. 7 levels. One question: does the math actually work? Level 1. Student pilot. You are 18 years old and you just sat in the left seat of a Cessna 172 for the first time. The aircraft weighs 2,400 pounds. A Boeing 737 weighs 174,000. You are not there yet. Pay 0. You are paying the school. Private pilot license training costs $10,000 to $15,000 on average. You need 40 flight hours minimum to take the PPL check ride. Most students need 60 to 70. Every extra hour costs $150 to $200. The check ride costs $700. You fail it once, which 28% of students do, and you pay again. You also need a third-class FA medical certificate before you can solo. This is the first gate. Color blindness. Heart conditions. Certain medications. Any of these can ground you permanently before you ever leave the pattern. You pass. You solo. 8.3 hours average for a first solo. 3 circuits around the airport, alone, no instructor. The feeling, according to every pilot who's done it, is impossible to describe. The logbook entry, however, is very specific. Total cost to earn a private pilot license: $12,000 to $18,000. Total hours flown: maybe 65. Total pay received: $0. Level 2. You have your PPL. Now the real training begins. Instrument rating, then commercial pilot license. Instrument rating teaches you to fly when you can't see anything outside the window. 50 hours of instrument time required. Commercial pilot license requires 250 total flight hours. At $150 per hour in a rental aircraft, you're spending $37,500 just building time. Total training costs so far: $60,000 to $100,000. You are not yet qualified to fly passengers for money. The corporal lets you get paid to fly. It does not let you fly airliners. For that, you need 1,500 hours and an ATP certificate. You have approximately 250. You need 1,250 more. Welcome to the gap nobody warned you about. Level 3. Certified Flight Instructor. This is how 80% of pilots build their hours. You teach others to fly. CFI pay: $18 to $30 an hour. Annual income: $30,000 to $50,000. You have a commercial pilot license and you earn less than a barista. But you're logging 500 to 800 hours a year. At that rate, you hit 1,500 hours in 2 to 3 years. The hidden cost of this stage: time. Every year as a CFI instead of a regional first officer costs you approximately $120,000 in lost future seniority wages. Seniority is everything in this career. The pilot who joined Delta 6 months before you will always earn more, fly better routes, and have better schedules forever. You cannot buy seniority. You cannot earn it faster. You can only wait and fly and log hours. One Cessna circuit at a time. You hit 1,500 hours. You pass the ATP written exam. You apply to regional airlines. Now the real career begins. Level 4. Regional First Officer. You just got hired by a regional carrier: SkyWest, Envoy, Republic. This is the bottom rung of commercial aviation. Year 1 pay: $70,000 to $90,000. Finally, after $100,000 in training debt and 3 years at $35,000 a year of 6 figures. What the pay stub doesn't show: per diem of $2.20 per hour away from base. On a 90-hour month, that's $2,376 extra, tax advantaged. Your schedule: 4 days on, 3 days off on a rotating basis. You will spend roughly 80 nights a year in airport hotels. You fly Embraer 175s and CRJ 700s. You carry 50 to 76 passengers. You sit in the right seat. The captain has the final call on everything. Upgrade to captain at a regional. 2 to 5 years depending on the airline's growth. Some pilots wait 7. Seniority decides. Always. Level 5. You have two choices. Make captain at the regional, or jump directly to a major airline as a first officer. Regional captain pay $100,000 to $160,000. 4 stripes on the epaulette. Full command authority. Still a regional jet. Major airline first officer, year 1. $120,000 to $160,000 at Delta, United, American, or Southwest. Right seat again, but a completely different aircraft. You now fly Boeing 737s, Airbus A320s, or A321s. 180 passengers. International routes. The aircraft weighs 174,000 pounds. The new pilot contracts signed in 2023 and 2024 raised pay 30 to 40% across major carriers. Best era in aviation history to be a pilot. Hidden cost at this stage. Recurrent training. Every 6 months, a simulator check. Fail it, and you don't fly until you pass. Level 6. Major airline captain. The left seat. 4 stripes. Full command authority over a $200 million aircraft and 200 lives. Narrowbody captain at a major. $250,000 to $350,000 annually. Widebody captain flying international routes. $350,000 to $500,000. Delta, United, and American captains can make upward of $500,000 in a strong year with profit sharing and overtime. BLS median for all airline pilots in 2025. $239,000 to $100. That number blends everyone from regional first officers to senior widebody captains. The retirement plan at major carriers. Defined contribution plans averaging 16% of salary. At $400,000 a year, that's $64,000 a year into your pension. Automatically. The mandatory retirement age in the U.S. 65. Federal law. No exceptions. The day you turn 65, you leave the left seat permanently. Level 7. Widebody international captain. You fly Boeing 777s or 787s. New York to London. Los Angeles to Tokyo. Dubai to Sydney. Your office window shows the curvature of the Earth at 41,000 feet. Your co-pilot has been flying for 15 years. Total compensation including base, overtime, per diem, profit sharing, and retirement contributions. $500,000 to $700,000 in peak years. Total training debt entering the career. $100,000 average. Time to pay it off at regional for wages. 2 to 3 years. Total career earnings across 35 years of CFI wages, regional years, major airline progression. Approximately $8.5 million gross. Before taxes. Before the 2 years at $35,000 as a CFI. Before the 6-month medical suspension that cost one pilot everything in 2019. And before the morning at 38,000 feet when everything in the cockpit goes quiet and you realize you trained for exactly this moment. $100,000 in debt. 3 years at instructor wages. A medical exam that could end it all tomorrow. And a left seat at 41,000 feet. So does the math actually work? $8.5 million gross. $100,000 debt. 1 mandatory retirement at 65. You decide. Which level would you stop at? Comment below. And subscribe, there's a whole ladder left to climb.